Well, all right. Hello, everyone. I am your host, Romedy. Welcome back, and thank you as always for joining me. Today, we're going to go back to our little SMP setting here on the Kreatious server. Um, I have done a little bit of work. Last time, I think we were limited to this bridge right here. And of course, everything over there is pretty much unchanged. But we were here in the design server for Kreatious doing this bridge. And as you can see from the hunger bar, we're back in survival, and the bridge is built exactly as we wanted it to be, which is pretty nice. And then, yeah, just a couple little other things that we have done. I need to do something about that tower. It is ugly, but not the pressing matter right now. I've just kind of got the beginnings of the monastery building right here. And then this is just a little storage shed. Nothing real fancy, just lots and lots of chests with food and other farmable items. Little barn, and do need to come back and kind of finish the roof on the barn. And as I've said before, it's always nighttime when I'm recording, and here comes nighttime, so yay. But yeah, just a little barn, sheeps, cows, chickens, a couple horses, nothing fancy. But yeah, not what I wanted to get to today. Today, I was going to combine a couple of things that I really like. As you can see, part of the building unfinished. And we'll get back to it eventually. Rather happy with the floor in here. And this was actually a villager who died. And that makes me kind of sad. Oh well. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to combine a couple of things that I really enjoy, namely these survival settings and my love of redstone. And unfortunately, I have already done most of the redstone, but I was going to show it to you after we come up here and just take a look at the beautiful view. If we're lucky, I will load enough to see a good friend of mine in Nedra, because she is just over the way. Well, there's the stairs leading to her anyway, so, and then here's the road. And that's actually going to play a little bit of a part in today's episode. We are going to come to my train station. This was a nearby player named Garny Goat. This was his attempt to kind of spark my interest just a little bit in some different design things. And basically I was having problems setting up something that I liked with quartz. And I didn't really want to use stone brick. I use a lot of stone brick. Everybody uses a lot of stone brick. So I was trying to stay away from it. And then nether brick I know looks really good. And there's some iron and some emerald. And then obviously the bright pink magenta and some lime wool. But those are going to get hidden. You're not going to really know that they're there. So let me come in here. I was playing around with wood, and I'm not a big fan of the acacia plank, period. But I thought I'd give it a shot. Did not turn out well. I was unhappy. So I think I've decided that we're going to have to do nether brick, really, with a lot of this. And I mean, that's okay. You know, I don't have anything against nether brick. I just was trying to be a little more creative than that. Anyway, I'm going to flip over to the default resource pack here real fast and kind of back away, because I know that everything looks a little different with my texture pack, and that's okay. These I also stole from a player who stole it on, I believe he told me Reddit. Yeah, Aquad, I saw these in his house and said, I must have them, so we're going to put them into the train station. I thought we would make the train station a little more modern than the rest. You know, theoretically, when we built the monastery, there was no trains. So that's going to be a little more old-fashioned-y, and this is going to be a little more modern. And then similar, I had built this kind of as the wall, the outcropping here, and I'm not sold on the coal and iron block look. I thought it would look good. Not sure. I'm just not sure very much in this train station, I don't think. So sorry about that. Anyway, so I'm going to tear out this wall real fast, and then I'm going to show you kind of back in here, at least a little bit of what we have, trapped myself, what we've got going on in terms of the redstone. This is nothing super fancy. It's just basically a series of RS NOR latches. And the button here in the front is going to then flip this little one wide guy right here. Don't let the torch fool you. This is just a NOR latch. So when we punch the button, it will flip the latch and also go ahead and light up our lamp. And then in doing that, it has affected this torch, but it's also allowed this torch here to turn on. And then I've buried them, but these torches basically just run straight here into a railway. And so we will have flipped one of these rails by having lit up that torch. So it's going to go over here. It's going to be this last one. It should be anyway. This guy is for some reason on. I guess that button got pushed. But yeah, the other feature, the other feature back there is that it has, as you hear, hopefully a note block, and then it's also got a reset line, and then these repeaters running right here are just doing the reset. Basically, they just power this redstone here long enough to turn this torch off and flip the latch around. So that's the basic idea. And then the note blocks, we can obviously go in and set them to different tones, which we'll do eventually. But yeah, so that's how you select the rail that you go on. And obviously you need a line in case you haven't selected anything. And I'm going to see if I have got a minecart anywhere. I really thought I did. Maybe it's over here. Is it buried? Yeah, there it is. Cool. So we'll get this guy. So eventually, after this is all done, what you'll do is you will come up here and push a button. And I'm not going to push one right now. And then you'll there is going to be a little dispenser, a Pez dispenser for carts that I'm going to bury somewhere back in there. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it. It may have to be over that way. But there'll be a Pez dispenser that'll spit your card out, and then you push the button. And then since I have not selected a line, this is actually going to be the returning into the station. And then after this is sealed off properly, you're no longer going to bug onto the rail like that. You'll pop out over here, and then you'll be forced onto that, and it'll send the card away. And then that's where the Pez dispenser, maybe I'll just put it over that direction since that's where it's already sending the cart. But it'll send the card into storage, and then eventually there'll be a line. We'll select, we'll go to Anedra's, I guess. You'll select her line, and as you select it, a cart will then be dispensed here for you to ride, and then off you go. And then this time, since we selected Anedra, it's just going to run me into the wall. So yeah, that, like I said, is the idea, and it's pretty fun. Train stations, these have been around a while. This is basically just an updated version of CNB Minecraft's railway, and the modifications, obviously I've turned it at a 90-degree angle to the left, and then I've added those blocks. So that's really the only modification that we've done. But yes, to the problem at hand, namely the use of nether brick. And I'm going to experiment a little bit, and you are going to be my guinea pigs. We're going to try Garney's idea of the nether brick stairs. And the only thing I don't like about this is that now you can look through and see. Not a giant fan of that. Let's take this out. And this time we'll just use old nether brick. This is, I think, what I will probably end up staying with. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. I really wanted to use wood. And maybe I still could, you know, maybe I just make it all dark oak instead of something else like that. Well, that's alright. We'll leave it like that for now. You can always come back and change it. Just a very boring video when I don't do anything but run around and talk. Or maybe it's better, who knows? I don't guess I know. This is why I don't like the acacia wood. It's just so bright and it just doesn't fit anything else that we've done down here at all. Here we go. We're gonna rip out the floor. Probably need to go get some more nether brick. We'll do that in a moment. Dun, 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 dun. I guess today's superhero day. Superhero Romedy ripping out his track, fixing everything. Goes that. So played around a little bit with the 1.8 stuff, and I'm not convinced. I really, really like the changes. I honestly kind of thought enchanting was fine. It forces you to get resources. It forces you to be careful with your resources. You can't just throw levels and diamonds and things around. I think it adds, the current way anyway, I think it adds a element of strategy to the game, which I rather like. And the changes, if I have understood it right, is, and the big one that I have a problem with, I just put more dark oak down, didn't I? Gosh darn it. See, I get to talking, I'm just tearing things up. I get to talking, and I do silly things. At least it's daytime out now. Add some more dark oak. I'm going to get rid of my dark oak while I'm up here so we don't do that again. I guess I don't have all that much nether brick, do I? Well, that's okay. But yeah, I'm not a giant fan of the proposed enchanting change. And if you notice, if you look at the axe I'm using, it has the most ridiculous enchant on it ever. Fortune 3. And that's how it enchanted, just like that. Which, I mean, you know, that's a complaint. You know, well, we're going to change the system. We're going to make it better. You're not going to get that anymore. But, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. And then the biggest thing that drives me a little nuts is, if you notice, the axe that I have is just about gone. And I'm aware of that. You don't have to scream at me through your screen. I know it's almost gone. And the reason it's almost gone is because it's not repairable. And I'm fine with that. I have no problems. And to be perfectly blunt with you, I don't think it requires a change. Now, me playing on a very established, rather, I mean, not giant, you know, but rather large server, with access to something like an Enderman farm, maybe it's easy for me to sit back and say, you know, I don't think it needs a change, because I can just go over to the Enderman farm and take a few diamonds with me, and there you go. And it, you know, and that's certainly probably a viable, you know, a legitimate reason. But still, there's mob farms, you know, everybody, I think, at this stage knows how to take a skeleton spawner or a spider spawner and change it into um, an experience farm. And if you don't, there's 1,000 YouTube videos to go watch. So I guess that's my biggest complaint, and maybe I should stop harping on it now. But it's, for me, it's going to remove an element of strategy and an element really of challenge to the game. So now I can just keep one weapon, pay a couple lapis or however you want to pronounce it, and it's always, you know, repairable. Anyway, done with that. We're done. Gotta get something here to the floor. I think I brought some quartz slabs with me, and if I did not, I should have. I didn't. It's okay. Let's take your quartz, block of quartz, and let's convert you into slabs. Or throw you out of my inventory. That works too, I suppose. There you are. Brick here, slabs. I think what I might do on the ground is here. And I actually rather like that. I think that looks good. Look at that, I had exactly the right number of slabs. That never happened. Yeah. So over here, I think we'll leave that brick. I'm not going to change that. And then all of this is smooth. And then these are just going to take off and go into coal, apparently. Actually, while I'm here, I'm going to get that coal. Romedy, you're just complaining about how it's going to remove the element of the game, and here you are mining coal. Well, I like to build with coal blocks, so I never pass up coal when I can help it. There, torch, so nothing surprises me. More coal. And I've got some stone, so let's go ahead and just stick you there. Leave it. Done. Okay. There's our friend Icefang. Hello, Icefang. Hello, hello. I am going to go pull him into a TeamSpeak channel, and I'll be back to you. So, Ice, do you know where you are right now?
By your house?
You're in my video.
Oh.
You showed up, and I was like, oh look, it's Icefang, and so yeah, you are in the video. And since you're there, this is good. This is very good because you can help me a little bit. I'm struggling with quartz and nether brick and stone brick, and I was trying to avoid the quartz stone brick look, just for the station here. So, and back here I've still got some of the dark oak, and I had tried some acacia. I'm just not happy with any of it. So, what should we do?
In terms of looks?
Yes, and the aesthetics of everything.
Are you trying to avoid dark wood and acacia together?
No, I was unhappy. I was unhappy with the result. Everything else I've got is, and I'll go up here, if you want to follow, or if you come, I'll give you some reasoning.
I'm going to say the dark colors of quartz is actually good in contrast.
Well, I don't mind the nether brick. I was just trying to do everything I could to avoid quartz and stone brick, because like every time I see quartz, it's with stone brick, and it's boring. So the idea was everything else here is kind of, old, because it's supposed to be a monastery. And then presumably if there was going to be a train station, it was going to be modern. It was going to be different. And so that's why I was using iron emerald, the quartz and the nether brick instead of wood. I'm also not convinced about the iron and the coal, but that's a different
Have you
conundrum.
thought of using lapis?
Yeah, I actually have some here.
Oh, they did update the block so you can use it as a newer design.
Say that again, I can use it as... Here, I'm gonna toss you...
What about hardened clay?
Well, everything else I've done was with clay, and I could certainly use clay, but show me what you mean with the like.
Oh, I just meant as a general suggestion. I
Oh,
wouldn't know.
I was like, here,
Solid idea.
go build, Ice, go.
Yeah, build me what you're thinking.
Yes, you. Get to work. No.
Yeah, this is my adjustment.
Oh,
Actually,
thanks.
no, even better. This is how you should pattern it.
Cobble, dirt.
There
Yes,
you go. There's your
yes.
new pattern.
Best station ever.
I
Okay,
know, right?
I like it. Just that and a little bit of gray, and then just the random diamond block in the middle, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, that doesn't get griefed at all.
Yeah, whoa. Uh, oh, I finally crashed one of your videos. Yes.
I know. I mean, you've been telling me forever how you were going to pop into one, and then you did. So,
I
foreshadowing.
honestly thought I didn't even know you were shooting one.
Oh, I when I saw Estor log on, and I just sent him a message real quick, and I was like, hey, since you're here, I'm going to take 15 minutes while it's quiet on the server, and I was just going to do the station real fast.
Yeah. So I just had a new goal this morning.
Okay.
Since I have nothing to spend money on at the moment, I'm going to start saving up for a desktop.
There you go. Should I go ahead and end the video? Do you want to tell everybody about your future desktop?
I have no idea what I'm going to do about it, you know. I need some help with it because I'm not a tech geek.
Okay, well, I tell you what, I'll end this episode right here. This was kind of a strange episode. I'll end it here, and then after we have talked about your computer and also played around in the station a little bit, then we'll do again.